Hi guys, it's Didi here and I'm super excited about today's video. If you're one of these people who is constantly interested in upgrading your life in different areas such as health, wealth, relationships, then I'm going to introduce you to the right book today. The book that is going to give you actionable tactics and tools for you to achieve this upgrade. The book is the new book of Tim Ferriss, Tools of Titans, the tactics, routines and habits of billionaires, icons and world-class performance. Tim Ferriss is an author, entrepreneur and speaker and has been listed as one of the Fast Company's most innovative business people. Forbes magazine's names you need to know. He's also angel investor and advisor for companies such as Uber, Facebook, Twitter and 40 more, and the author of the following books: The 4-Hour Workweek, which was a book published back in 2007 that developed a global reach and changed the life of thousands of people. In 2010, he published The 4-Hour Body, followed by The 4-Hour Chef in 2012. Tim's blog has over 1 million readers and his Twitter account has almost 1.4 million followers. He has a podcast, The Tim Ferriss Show, which is focused on deconstructing world-class performance, and it often ranked as the first podcast across all the iTunes podcasts. It has exceeded 100 million downloads. Now, I've mentioned Tim probably at least 3-4 times in my videos because it's hard not to mention him. He has an amazing podcast. I've been listening to his podcast right from the beginning and I don't listen to that many things, so it's normal for me to sort of know what he's doing and what he's up to. Tim Ferriss has a direct impact on my life. Back in 2009, I discovered his book, The 4-Hour Week, and completely changed the way I was looking into my world at the time. I was building a very successful career in corporate. I did not question any of the directions I was taking. And then one day I came across his book in the bookstore. I read it and then I saw that there is another lifestyle that people are building out there, which is very, very different than what I was having at the time. So since then, I've been one of his greatest fans. Back in 2011, I had the honor to participate in the only event he put together called The Opening the Kimono. And this is the place where I met lots of my new friends now and the place where I completely transformed the way I think about where my direction and when my life is going. So yeah, surely I know that his book changed lives. It changed my life and it changed the life of 3 of my closest friends who became millionaires and who built lifestyle businesses based on the advice he was given in this book. So his last book is The Tools of Titans. I was super excited about reading this book ever since I knew he was writing about it. And what he did for this book is he dissected and distilled the best from the best. So he interviewed over 200 high achievers and performers for his podcast, a podcast that I really, really highly recommend you guys to check out. And these people who he interviewed, they range from celebrities such as Jamie Foxx, such as Arnold Schwarzenegger and Kevin Costner, to PhDs, to Olympic athletes, to very wealthy people who built amazing businesses. And what he did was he looked into their routines, into their tools and tactics to achieve the success that they achieved. And this is not only financial success, but it's success in every other area of their lives. And he took the best of the best, summarized it, and he presented it in this book. So in the beginning, lots of people, including me, thought, okay, this is just a summary of what every single of his interview, but it's much, much more than that. Because honestly, when you start reading it, you cannot put it down. He divided in 3 different categories: healthy, wealthy, and wise. And what he did, which is very helpful for people like me, he referenced under certain points. For example, you read about something, he referenced in brackets who else is talking about that. So for me, it was very easy to follow on a specific point that I really liked. I highly recommend you check it out because there are very actionable points that you can take. As Tim said, he has written this book for himself, and the best things usually happen when you feel a niche for yourself and you feel a need for yourself. And I personally, during the first day of reading it, I started doing 5 different things that I haven't done in the past 12 to 15 months. So some of them are completely new for me. The first one was inspired by Scott Adams. And Scott Adams is the best-selling author and the creator of the popular Dilbert comics. And he said that he used affirmation throughout his life on different occasions and they always worked for him. And I have a love-hate relationship with affirmations. I've tried them in different stages of my life, but I really never persist and kept going and doing the same affirmations for long enough time to make a difference in my life. This time I'm committed, especially from what I read about the impact that it has on his own life. When you want to do affirmation, best thing to do is to use present tense. Lots of people say, for example, I want to be this and that in 5 years. You'd rather say, I am this and that by, and you put the date. And the way he did it in the beginning was to write them down 15 times a day. So currently I have 4 affirmations I do every single day in the morning and in the evening, and I literally sit down and write them down on a piece of paper with a pen, which is something I have completely forgotten how to do. It works. I can see a difference in my life. For example, one of the affirmations that I do is I just say I'm calm and relaxed, and these are natural states. I'm calm and relaxed, and these are my natural states, something which is definitely not my natural state. And I can see that over the last days it makes a difference. And lots of successful people use affirmation or goals reading as a part of their daily routines. The second thing is I am back to my 5-minute journal. So if you don't know what the 5-minute journal is, this is 5-minute journal. It was created by my dear friends Alex Icahn and UJ Ramdas, and I used to do that a lot, of course. They're being my friends. I've been doing it when I was pregnant 3-4 years ago, before that when I met them. But then I stopped. It's one of these things you do for a while, and then there is a time when you cannot do it because you feel you're too busy. And now, no more excuses. Tim Ferriss is a great fan of the 5-minute journals, and it made me go back to it. So now every day I do it. It's a super simple 5 minutes a day exercise that takes you back to what are the things that you're grateful for and what are the things that you're looking forward for the day. And the best thing is in the evening as well, you reflect upon the things that has happened to you. So I'm going to show you how it looks like. It's a great tool for increasing your happiness significantly just in 5 minutes a day. The third thing is I went on a diet, and my diet is no complaining diet. There is a book which actually Tim Ferriss again recommended probably about 3-4 years ago. The book is called Complaint-Free World by Will Bowen. And in this book, Will Bowen talks about a challenge that if we can go on a complaint diet for 21 consecutive days, which means that if you do 5 days and on the 6 days you fail, you start from the beginning. And if you do that for 21 days, then you're going to transform your life completely. Now, not complaining is a hard thing for all of us to do, and I'm not the exception. I can catch myself that I tend to complain as well. After reading the book, and especially there was a lady there, Tracy D'Annunzio, who said she used to complain a lot and she had a terrible pain in her back, so she couldn't walk. After surgeries, she would be literally on the floor and she'll be lying most of the time, and she'll say, all the time I was simply complaining and moaning. And she said the best quote is from Stephen Hawking about complaining. When you complain, nobody wants to help you, and this is pure reality. When you complain, people get so much enough of you, they just don't want to be around you. This is all you talk about. And when we complain a lot, not only we focus on things that we don't want in our life, and that's what we attract more of, but also we are not a source of growth for other people around us. So no complaining diet for me. It's really hard, and I'm not perfect. I'm failing almost every day, but I'm getting better. The fourth one is meditation. Most of the people who are featured in the book, high performance, high achievers, they do some sort of meditation. I used to do meditation before. I started just before I got pregnant, and during my whole pregnancy 4 years ago, I did lots of meditation, and I significantly changed my life at the time. It really makes a difference, guys, regardless what sort of meditation choose. Currently, I'm back to Vipassana because Vipassana is what I learned and what I practiced this year. I went to a 10 days Vipassana meditation center back in May, which is really hard thing to do, but I don't do it for an hour a day, which most Vipassana students will do. I do it only for 20 minutes, sometimes even 15 minutes, but it's a good beginning. For those of you that are new to meditation, try to do it for consecutive days, at least for a week, and start small. Start with 3 minutes, 5 minutes, 2 minutes, 1 minute even. Just having one mindful breath a day, it's going to help you as well. But all these people, they're much more busier than most of us are, and they achieve much more successes than most of average people do, and they find time for meditation. So we should find as well, no excuses. The fifth one is I did an exercise to discover some of my limiting beliefs and how they impact my life. And this is based on the exercise that Tony Robbins does on his Unleash the Power event, which again, I highly recommend it. This year, I was lucky enough to go to his event in April, and I did exercise there, but now from the comfort of my home, I did it again, and I discovered some things that I have not discovered before. And the exercise is based on 3 questions you ask yourself. If you have a specific belief, you ask yourself, what does this belief cost me now, today? And you should, of course, best case scenario, see it, feel it, really close your eyes and feel what's the impact on your day to day. Then you ask yourself, what did it cost me in the past and what is going to cost me in the future? And the reason why this exercise works so well, according to Tony Robbins, is that most people avoid time zones. For example, if they say, I want to stop smoking, they say, well, I used to smoke before and I'm not that bad, so it's okay. Or I'm going to stop in the future. So what they do, they jump from one time zone to another. And if you have something specific that you want to do or some beliefs that have a huge impact on your life now, and you do not avoid time zones with these questions, you see them in the past, you see them in the future, you see what they cost to you now, what they cost to the people who are around you, the people who you love, then because there is no escape and you can so easily see them, you are much more likely to take action. So for me, it was super helpful exercise because I discovered 2 or 3 limiting beliefs that I wasn't that much aware of. And then, of course, I built affirmations around those beliefs. And this is part of my daily routine now. So these are my 5 things, guys, that I took note of and I immediately put into practice. It's been almost 10 days since I've been doing them and I can already see a result. I can only imagine what will happen in 20 days. Again, this is the book. There are things for everyone. These things resonated with me at that stage of my life because my belief is the universe is delivering what you need most of. For you, it can be something else. As I said, there is a category on health, if you're interested in how you can hack your health. And there is a category on wealth, if you're more interested in this part. I would recommend, if you like something and you're really interested to know more about it, go to the podcast and listen to the interview with this particular guest. So that's it from me, guys. If you like this video, please give me a thumb up, share it with your friends, and don't forget to subscribe for my channel. I am looking forward to see you next Tuesday. Bye!